Well, we've landed in Forsaken Fortress, but we're one sword short of being fully equipped. So what do we do now? Let's just try to head in there. All right, so let's take a quick look uh, at the map. All right, so Forsaken Fortress, and we have the exterior, second floor, first floor. So we can see the exterior because well, it's outside and we can see it. Second floor, parts of it are outside, but we have no idea what's going on inside. And as you can see, there are three little icons here, and it looks like they are the searchlights. So our objective is going to be to go into the fortress and have those searchlights turned off. So let's get going. Very tempting to just run out there and get all those rupees, but there's a better way of doing that. Let's grab a barrel. Now, even with the barrel here, you can't just walk around freely. You have to stop before the lights get to you. So we're going to be very careful and not take any chances. But I do want those rupees. I'm not gonna lie. I want to get them, especially the two in the middle. They're worth 20 each, so we were able to collect all the coins, make our way up the ramp without being detected. So our next objective is to eliminate some of these searchlights. So let's climb up this ladder. Well, let's see what Tetra has to say. There's a monster running the searchlight. We can slay this monster, we can shut the searchlight down. Well, there are two ways to do this. We can, like she said, block the enemy attack with our shield. Like this. And when he hits us with his attack, he'll drop the shield. He'll drop the weapon. And then we can just take it from him. Or I can do it this way. I'll hit him with one. I love that sound. Whoop. Well, that's that. This searchlight is no longer functioning. And as you can see down there, there's only one. The other light was coming from this one, and it's gone. So, well, we can move on to the next area. Now, one thing that you should be aware of: if you get caught, you get sent to the prison. And, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So here we have a treasure chest. So we now have the compass. We can see where things are hidden in the dungeon. We can view the map screen and see for ourselves. Think there's also a map on the wall. You can see it right there. We're circled. The red circle's where we are right now. But I think this is... I think we wanted to go the other way. One quick thing I want to grab. Pretty important. I think it's in this room. No, it's not. Yeah, I think it actually is. It is here. Before we go down there, let's hop across. Grab this treasure chest. We now have the dungeon map. We can view it by tapping the map screen on a Wii U gamepad and even see some rooms you haven't been to yet. It is useful. We don't need to use the gamepad at all. We can actually just look at it from here. So unlike our last The Legend of Zelda adventure, where I told you the compass and the map were pretty useless, the compass and the map in this game are quite useful. The compass gives you the location of treasure chests, depicted by those little golden rectangles. So at the very least, the compass is a very useful item in this game. So let's make our way through the barrels. Step on the switch and grab what we came for. It is indeed our first piece of heart. We collect 4 of these to complete a new heart container. More heart containers equals more life. So, very much like The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, collecting pieces of heart will increase our life. Now, the rats in this game are jerks. They will rob you. But what we want to do right now is get caught. And I know that sounds weird. But we do want to get caught. Now you might think, why in the world would I want to get caught? Well, if you look at a map, it'll actually be easier. We're on the 2nd floor again. We were on the 1st floor. We're now on the 2nd floor. And it's easier to get from that room to the 2nd floor by getting caught than trying to sneak past all those guys, as weird as that might sound. One thing I really like about this game is you can actually push the pots and stuff. You don't have to pick them up. I just push it down a little bit and accidentally knock it off the shelf. It had a little rupee inside. That's nice. So one thing that they did get rid of for this game that I actually did like better in the GameCube version was that when you were in the tunnels like this, you can actually go into first-person view and see where you were sliding. In this game, it's a lot tougher to see where you're going in the tunnels because you can't switch to first-person view. So that's kind of a bummer, to be honest. So you'll discover that we're at this place where we grabbed the piece of heart down there and the map. So taking a look at our map here, we can go one of two ways. We can go left or we can go right. There are still these guys that need to be disabled, so we're gonna make our way outside. And I'm gonna actually go left because there's one more treasure chest that I want to grab way down there before we actually completely get out of this dungeon. Well, can we make a run for it? Nope. Gotta get better at jumping. Well, right back where we were. All right. It was totally worth it. 10 rupees? Yeah. So I think in this game it goes green is 1, blue is 5. For some reason gold is 10 and red is the 20s. I don't know why the gold ones are actually worth less than the red ones. Made it. Okay. Let's get out of here. So we're back outside, and we're gonna climb this ladder. To quick reference where we are on the map, right here. And we can employ a similar strategy. He hasn't seen me yet, and actually it'd be easier if I just defend until he takes a swing. All right. And look at this. Our first item. You got a joy pendant. You can keep it in your spoils bag. These pendants are said to flock to those who spread joy, like butterflies to nectar-filled blossom. So those are kind of neat. We're gonna collect them. So just grab as many as you can on during this little journey. There's one left, and we're actually gonna hop down and get to it. Yeah. So, we can do this I guess the fast way. It's a little riskier. You can also just jump on the shelves and make your way across that way. If that is your decision. So we're getting closer and closer to where we want to go. And with one searchlight operator left, just... Okay. Stuck on the side of the ladder there. Make my way over here. Grab the pot. Did not go as I had planned it. Jerk. He had a rupee on him. And that's that. That is all 3 searchlight stations. So we got that one that's out of commission, that one's out of commission, and this one out of commission as well. And we can make our way inside. Like I said, there is that treasure chest down there. And I would actually like to grab it. I don't like leaving treasure chest. Call me weird, I know. But I don't want to leave it. I don't think there's any point in leaving it. Now that we can travel freely without the threat of being caught. I don't even know if this was the right decision to make, to jump down like this. But... oh well. Now we haven't encountered my least favorite enemy in the game. And they are in this particular dungeon. Mini blends. They're by far my least favorite. And hopefully I won't have to show you, but you'll see why. Maybe. Maybe you will. Is this the place? No. Is it? No. Alright. Okay, so here we are. This is the place. There's a chest right down there. And be very careful because that statue of the Moblin there is actually alive. And it will zap you with a laser. So yeah, that's a bit of a security option for this fortress. Gotta be very careful. Yep. So not too shabby. That's what I came for. I know it seemed like a dumb thing to travel all the way across the entire fortress to get, but I like rupees, so... oh, no, bad. Let's see where I'm jumping to instead of just going for it. Alright, without falling into that hole, so that little gap between the ladder and the wall. Alright, so we're gonna jump across and miss the thing completely and fall back down and try it one more time. Right. Letting me down, Link. Letting me down. Totally what I wanted. No. Oh, that was so close. So close. All right. That's exactly what I wanted. So now we're heading closer to our destination. I think I might be taking the hardest of the 2 possible routes to get to the X. But oh well. Yeah, if I do recall, it is easier to go the other way. But, oh, let's see what Tetra has to say here. In order to reach the top of the tower where your sister is being held, we need to find the room right below the tower. Okay. Thanks. I have to wonder, what is this for? I usually don't come this way. I usually take the other way around. Because I find it's easier to avoid the enemies. So, I don't usually come this way. Okay. Well, nothing in there. So, this room is a bit of a pain in the butt. Not only are there moblins guarding the entrance, but there are rats that will bump into you, take your stuff. Not just take your stuff, but give away your location. So they're a bit of a pain. And that's why I usually like to come from the other direction. There's only one guy you have to avoid if you come from that way. But whatever. We'll have to do it the hard way. No big deal. The trick to this is patience. There's just no getting around it. You have to be patient. You have to wait. You can't just rush in there. You will get caught and you will get thrown into the prison and you'll have to start all over. So it's best to wait for them to have their backs completely turned. Maybe even start sniffing around. If at any point they make that "huh" sound, just completely drop. And here we go. Here's the rat. And thankfully he didn't notice. Come on, take a sniff. All right, let's get out of here. Stand still. Stand still. Those rats can be the real pain in the butt for this situation. Because if they bump into you and your barrel breaks and you're within eyesight of these guys, yeah, you'll get spotted super fast. So what I'm waiting for is for the rat not to be around, for him to turn his back so I can sneak right behind him. But it seems that the rat is making a circuit. Oh. That got my heart rate up a little. All right. So it looks like that little cycle of not going far enough ended. Well, what I need him to do is go past me. All right, let's get out of here. All right, so I believe this is the next part I was telling you about with the mini blends, and these guys suck. Looks like not yet. But they're coming, I just know it. I really don't look forward to this part of the game because for those of you that don't know, the mini blends are like little demons. And they have the little you know, little tail with the arrow tip, and they have little pitchforks and little horns, and they just run around and they poke at you. And they don't do that much damage, but they come in swarms. And it's a never-ending swarm. You can never completely be rid of them. I really hate them. They just keep coming and coming and poking at you, and you try to climb a ladder to get away from them, and they just keep coming. They're a complete pain. But I don't think we need the barrel anymore. So we can keep moving. Now, I guess technically you don't have to take out all the searchlights. Technically, you can make it through without it, I think. But obviously, it makes it a lot faster. And once we get up here, we can actually make for ourselves a little bit of a shortcut in case we get captured and get sent to jail. We don't have to do that whole hiding thing. We can just climb on top of this barrel crate and just pick up where we left off. Alright, let's make our way across this tiny little gap using one of the coolest little features of the game, in my opinion. Alright, by walking up against the wall and then pressing the A button, you can slide. And Link slides across the surface of the wall. And he makes this adorable little face. So intense, you know? And if you get to the edge, you could peek around, and if it weren't a curve like this, you could actually look across. I mean, around the corner. It's really, I think it's really fun. So if we needed hearts, we have some here. And if you remember at the very beginning when we were on the pirate ship, and Tetra told us to take a look at all the seagulls, we were actually right under here, and that's actually the window where all the seagulls are hovering. So I think we're getting really close. And sure enough, there's our sword. And let's go grab it. Oh, looks like we have a problem. You got back the hero sword you dropped. Now you're in business. Take care not to drop it again. This is actually one of my favorite themes in the game, the mini-boss battle theme. Got ourselves another Joy Pendant, and we can go in and see what's in here.